There you go. Well, okay. My internet died. Thank you for the love.
Oh.
My internet died and so... Alright, wait, I need to share it to you. Otherwise you don't know what's happening on the screen. Whoopee.
Yeah.
There you go. Is it sharing?
Whoa.
Because I went on, so I'm looking back. You said it stopped at, yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed, blah blah blah, right? Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. And then are you trying to say that last night after Mr. Osogi was killed, this Isburia made an emergency stop? Da-da-da-da. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. That's just what it said. Okay. Oh yes, I remember that! And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Osogi's cabin. Oh my! Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Swivelova? Are you out of your mind? You say Buria made emergency stop. It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room? Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm? Did he press it? I don't know. Who pressed it earlier?
I don't remember.
Like, I don't think we know who pressed it at all. Like,
Yeah, I don't think.
oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
Maybe it was Sholmes. He was like, let's test this out.
On dark nights, when the fog is dense, the captain cannot
Oh
afford
no,
to
it was
rely.
because of the. It was because they said like allegedly they had
Yeah, there was
worried
a
about the
ship
hit
or
by the ship.
something.
False alarm.
Oh, false alarm. And the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. No, it was him. It was definitely him. Oh! Wait! It was you! When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. It was him. It was fucking him! Of course it was him.
Yeah, we kind of knew it, didn't we?
Yeah. And then he was hanging from the fucking hanger there. I just remembered panning over to that side and he's just hanging on the fucking coat hanger thing. That was so funny.
It was.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. Yeah, you press everybody's buttons. I don't know how you managed to do that, but you press everybody's buttons. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I reported to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to the one thing now. To one thing. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Osogi. Did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You're idiots! Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make an emergency stop, even in the middle of the night, there would be chaos everywhere. That's why...
Unless all of the passengers were sedated.
Yeah, unless everybody has been drugged. What are your thoughts, Naruhodo?
Naruhodo just goes, the chicken.
Well... It's certainly possible that some kind of emergency had happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, I'm very interested in this too, Naruhodo.
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. He becomes gayer every fucking time he speaks. What evidence promises? It's the blah 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 blah. This.
I have no idea.
It's a ship's log.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's
he
a good
stopped
point,
reporting.
Yeah.
Right? We have nothing
I
else.
think that's a good point, yeah. That's the perfect one.
Sailor Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? Da, that is correct. Why? In the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine. Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as it seems like he's saying, "Are you dumb?" You see, you dum-dum? But as responsible passengers, we took it in our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, we write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... Da! Because nothing happened! But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Gulp. But in Russian. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Buria. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. I feel like it might be the revolutionary.
You have chicken last night.
No, not only that everybody has a headache. We don't know if Biff Stroganoff has a headache or anything. So he might be involved in that thing. And I'm so sure that the revolutionary is actually on board now or something. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Yes, that's the thing that we've been discussing this whole time!
No, that's the simplest portion of what we're suggesting.
Stop talking rubbish! Rubbish? If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. Nuh-uh!
No.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently and the alarm bells was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. Please, say something intelligent. What of the throbbing? Thank you! He's actually smart! He is actually smart. Thank you, game. Thank you.
It's the way to go.
Sorry? What do you mean? Your head, man. Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. They all have suffered. Suffered with it. Suddenly he's American. Oh, yes. I have a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right. My head's been throbbing today too. We know that. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Okay, so he remembers at least getting in it. And the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. And the fact that you're dead. No, the fact that Kazuma's dead. Actually, everybody's dead except Kazuma, and we're all in heaven, and... I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And had those handcuffs put on me by that point. When did I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yeah, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Ah, well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Finally, he's actually sounding like an actual detective. Yes, in fact, I had all of that.
I swear.
Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? I was about to say relevant. Fucking ADHD. ADHD? Dyslexia. Oh my god, really?
Everything.
Fucking everything. My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? Daga 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 daga, the music. I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Kazuma noticed. Miss Naruto, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. No, bitch, what the fuck?
This is something you're done.
Why are you here? Why are you here? I'm genuinely asking myself why she is here.
I have no idea. Go back to like second class or wherever the hell.
Like, yeah, go back to where you were. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew. Wait, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes! Well, sailor? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry? Or inquiry?
Both are correct.
Okay. Made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Please, no more. No, please, no more. I will tell everything. Eh? I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. I wonder though, like, then she didn't actually arrive when she said. So the emergency stop was for her.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Because at this point, the cat thing might have happened, but Kazuma was alive and they killed him because he was not supposed to know that she was on board. And so it was them. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked him to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. Aww. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Ew.
But I kept going.
We could not make old drug. How do you say? Dissolve? Ugh. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by a comrade on shore with a small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Berea slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion, Their evening meals had contained. So that's what happened. The only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. People who dislike chicken, also known as Kazuma.
I swear.
And that means it would have been impossible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been a complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. That's weird though. Why would you kill him? Like, why would you not just talk to him? It makes not real sense that they killed him or they... I mean, so he died for an accident and they tried to cover it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Don't know.
Yeah, I still have no idea why he's dead.
You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier, dolphins. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Okay, so we're saying that the cat thing was bullshit. Okay, because I was losing the plot now for a little bit. I was like, what the fuck happened here? Okay, now, Biff Stroganoff, I understand you because I also got very confused. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor and attempted to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But... I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a baby. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am Sailor, and sailors don't listen long. Too long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. Fuck, I skipped it. A laudable trait, okay. What? I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes, I forgot I existed. Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? No, same. Susato, this time I actually... You've lost me. Yep. Yeah, you lost me too. Proof of involvement, man. You can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of... You see with your eyes. Sholmes, don't go back to being stupid. You see with your eyes and hear with your ears. Let's not confuse the... How much sleeping stuff did you have? Because it's starting to sound a bit high. What are you talking about? Exactly. I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Let's go! Is it actually, like, please tell me that this time we don't have to correct too much. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistant... Oh, he looks cute in the drawing. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
The drawing is also very cute. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistant... If you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, one of these two prevaricators. One or just of these two prevaricators. Observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Usagi's death. What we're looking for is for some trace of evidence. Oh yeah, well, the ink.
I see.
Precisely, you're delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. No, but look, don't give her credit because she's gonna be stupid next line, she said. Because every time it's like, oh, you're so smart, and then she says the most damn fucking shit ever for no reason at all. Because there's no way that she says that. Alright, I'll see what I can see. 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 Okay, I thought I fucking made it up. I started repeating it because I was like, did I actually read a sentence like that? So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last. It's either the brown of the shoes or the ink. I saw it. Help.
Yes.
It was
They
him.
gasp.
Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Huh? Ah, yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform is. Do we have any picture that actually shows the ink? I guess not. I guess just this? I'm not sure though.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it was that. Cool. Yes, it's this photograph, and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Ah! Ah, the penny drops, at last. Now you see the significance. My little lady. Aw, you on the table? She rested her head on the table. That's a little lady. You're so... She's just a baby. Can barely see her, but her head is right on the table. She's just a... Her arm is down, and her head is on the table. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Oh, I'm sorry I bothered you too much. Because, oh, yeah, stretch your... Oh my god. Ah, chicken leg. Sorry. I can be normal. She's just a baby. When she stretches her back legs, they just look like chicken legs. I call her chicken leg. She looks like a fucking roasted chicken when she loaves, and she has chicken legs. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. Yay! If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way, which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. Exclamation point.
Murdered him.
I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Beef, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Biff, please, you must help me. Oh, that's not her voice that I used to do. Whatever. I went with her. The door cabin number 1 was open. The door cabin?
Door to cabin one.
To
was
cabin.
open.
I'm skipping words. Like that's the fucking Olympic sport. When I look inside, I saw student boy on floor. Was it just really an accident?
I don't know.
I'm losing faith that he's gonna come back. It's not possible though. He's in the official arts. That they wouldn't put a character that dies in the official arts, right?
I don't know.
Please support me in my
tell me.
Delululand. Support me in Delululand, please. What happened here? I mean, they do
killed him.
bring people, like they do talk to spirits, like they and they can bring people back from death, right? Please,
You tell me.
please don't tell anyone. My little what? My little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Isogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Oh, sorry, I was reading with a Russian accent, but it was Ryunosuke.
He's looking away, but it doesn't look like that's the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
They both looked away as soon as you said that.
So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. Unless someone else was there. But the guy would have noticed because he was still doing patrols at that point.
As he's covering for that.
Like I still don't like I can buy the thing of the cat escaped and shit, but I don't buy that Kazuma died because
The
of
cat
it.
killed him, yeah.
Only to find it all okay. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? Putting words in her mouth?
No.
The door was not
He
locked.
didn't even confirm it.
Mm-hmm. So she opened to look and you already know what happened after. I don't know. I don't think this guy did it though. I feel like this should be like a third party.
No, I don't think they killed him.
Hmm.
There's
Just
no
one
reason
thing
for
if you
them
don't
to.
want. What? What did you say?
No, I was like, I don't think they killed him because they don't have any reason to.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It doesn't make sense that the tripping and then suddenly his
Yeah.
neck broke. Like, I don't know. Also, it's the back of his neck. That's not the right button.
So if anything, what we found out from this is that
Oh well, no, it just says
when they entered, he was already dead.
what?
He didn't fall as a result of the emergency thing or anything.
No, what did you say? Didn't follow anything of what you said.
I said, if anything, what we found out is that when they entered the room, like this room, he was already, like Kazuma was already dead.
Yeah, because they just said that they think it's the
Yeah,
cat.
they think that he tripped over the cat.
Yeah. What I'm saying is he fell, but it was because someone hit his neck.
Possibly.
Because a strong blow to the area. That definitely means someone was hitting him from behind, especially because he fell forward. You don't just... If you fall forward tripping,
No,
like
someone
you
him in
hit
the
your
back or
head,
something.
you don't hit your neck. The neck was broken.
Yeah.
You hit your neck if you're plunging from the sky and hitting your head first. But he
Yeah.
just fell for, like, you know, just
Yeah,
falling forward all together. Like, I don't know. So it makes no sense to me. They might believe that because the cat did escape and all that. But I don't think, I think there was someone that killed him,
I think so too.
or quote unquote killed him. Because I am the Lulu and I want him back. Please. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead?
No,
Why?
Susato. He
Wait,
arranged the crime
wait.
scene to look like she died even though he didn't.
Wait. I already told you. When Nina opened the door of student's cabin and looked, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Exactly. Exclamation point. Well, Miss Pavlova? Duh. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. Okay. That was definitely someone else. Because it was dark. Everything was like she didn't actually see. He just saw him, didn't actually go inside. So in the moment of her seeing that and then going to find Stroganoff, the real culprit could have just left the room and escaped because it was dark and nobody saw. And Ryunosuke was asleep in the wardrobe.
Yes. He was
Okay.
over on the bench.
No, I was over on the bench. I understand,
I was
and
over
I
there.
believe you. Okay. So is that finally it now? No. Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Not really, I don't think so. Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Look at this photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Okay, you need to do all those weird things. The cause of death
I
was a
swear,
broken
it's
neck,
so
therefore
funny.
the victim died instantly. In the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to be some... The fucking fist! He's holding something! Who grabbed him? Who took him away? And what is he holding? What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, well... If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photograph print seems unnatural? This!
Yes!
I've been thinking about that. I was like, why does he have a fist? Right. If he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet, here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty. Please tell me you grabbed whatever he had in
Okay,
his hand.
yeah.
Please tell me you stole that.
Dude, it sounds like that's where it's going.
Of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. Yes! Fuck yes! I love you! You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us, please! Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Yes. They did fight! Or, what the fuck happened? Okay.
I'm
Now.
confused as hell.
That's her earring. That's Pavlova's missing
Yeah, it
earring.
is. I know, but how did it... Why is it in the sand? Why would
Oh,
she fight
a
in the
crescent
mud?
moon with a little gemstone in the middle. Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty. What does it tell us? It tells us nothing. No, Stroganoff.
Shut up.
Pavlova, what did you do? What did you do, Pavlova? Besides being a cake. What did you do? Oh, actually, I'm gonna do a pause and try to see if that restaurant... So I'm just gonna leave
Yeah,
everyone
I'm gonna,
hanging
like,
now. Let's
I'm gonna
go.
make some tea.
Yeah. BRB.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some tea.
Oh, my... Oh, okay. The little pictures were not loading in. The little peach and all.
No.
But yeah, we'll see what happens
Yeah,
for
I
my
see it
dinner.
took a while.
Yeah. Do it like... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Before. Forgot to read a letter. Observation, Mr. Naruto. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. Exclamation point. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, find the answer with your own eyes. So it was an accident? Like she killed him by accident? I don't know. He killed him and she... I don't know what's happening. Whatever.
I don't know anymore.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Eh? What? But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon. Ah! I don't believe it. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes.
He killed him.
Miss Pavlova, Mr. Usogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear, perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Usogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes.
So
In
she
fact,
knows who hit him.
maybe it was her pushing her away? Like,
It seems like as he was falling to the ground, he like tried to grab on.
yeah, maybe it was her
Mhm.
pushing him away or something, like she entered the room to get the cat. Wait, sorry, my brother decided to text me now to say to call the place that I want to go to dinner at later. Okay, that's...
That he sleeps so
I am
cutely
so
with her
confused by what he's...
under her head.
Yeezy baby!
Yeah. Are you asking you to call the second place that you are planning on going?
Whatever. Whatever, in half an hour we'll try again to this other place.
Yeah.
Because he wrote a whole poem, but I don't... He's not putting the subjects where they're supposed to be. I'm like, what are you talking about? Which place? I know I sound dumb to you, dear brother, but I don't understand what you mean.
A whole poem.
What's happening? Okay.
The lady is so cute.
What is happening? My phone is going crazy.
Mm.
No, stop that.
Okay.
There you go. Siri was activating for no reason. Anyway, in fact, you were quite literally at arm's length for him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Usogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no.
He was supposed to
Danger?
hold me in his final moments.
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Ah. So dramatic. I mean, I think about everything that happened yesterday. It was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship, and then when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Meow. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. And now my brother explained to me better. Anyway, through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. She was cuddling with the man.
Meanwhile, Kazuma was like, "Oh, look at the little kitty! I found it a cat."
Knock knock. Who's there? Clunk. What? Hosonaga. Hosonaga.
Kusunaga, why didn't you tell us this?
Hosonaga-san, don't die on stream. Oh my god, it was the inspector the whole time. It was Hosonaga the whole time.
Or did he kill him?
Mm-hmm. Also, I just noticed that I think I uploaded 2 different files for your little picture thing. And one is smaller than the other and it keeps like going back and forth, so I have to update that next.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I see it now.
Are
I
you
just saw it
muting?
happen.
Are you muting?
Yeah, to like
Yeah.
blow my nose and stuff.
That's why then it kept the old files for the mute
That's so
thing
funny.
and it becomes smaller because I changed them to make them bigger. But that's so funny. We get tiny and then big and then tiny and then big.
Fucking hilarious.
Anyway, what are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, he thought it was the Inspector knocking. Okay. I was like, oh my god, please don't tell me it's Hosonaga. Could turn out to be him anyway. So, you're not off the hook yet. I thought he was a friend of mine. So, why did all this happen? The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... Just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah! Ah, of course. You're Nikonina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. Did he? Oh, he wouldn't have turned you in if you told him.
And so I murdered him.
He wouldn't have turned you in. No. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? I mean, Russia and Japan are not that far away, but I guess, you know,
Maybe he can read the
Moscow
newspaper.
and Japan are far away. But whatever. Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me.
How can this Japanese man know my name? Oh, you saw me in Japan.
But what are you
Okay.
doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. Okay. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
I'm gonna wake up wardrobe, man.
He's going to pull. Oh no! Oh no! He was about to go wake up Rinosuke and she thought, oh. Why did I think I could trust him? No, Nicolina. Well, I understand her, but then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever.
Killed him.
Wait, I shouted, and then meow. Darko jumped out of my arms
Oh, okay.
and down to the young man's feet, and as he turned around to look at me. Oh, he hit his head on the fucking bed. You pushed him! Oh my god.
You killed him.
I don't even know
I'm
why.
gonna kill you, lady.
I don't know why I did it. I was just so
Just
scared.
told us why you did it.
And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin's door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect this passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping. Right. That's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway. I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. Did he? No, she actually then accused you again and believed that you were the fucking revolutionary for some reason. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote that so the person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job by pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway. Yes. Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m. thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland, and it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yeah, why did you go talk to the captain? But even if you had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
Also, the captain had known when they...
Exactly, like... It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? Oh, Inspector.
Oh, that his friend was the inspector.
She's friend with everybody in the crew, but the inspector was undercover, so she doesn't know him. She's scared of that.
Okay, you don't have to be scared of Inspector Hosonaga.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But...
I thought he was a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova?
No, Susato, don't speak. Just shut
I swear,
up,
it just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, what was Mr. Osogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
No, he was gonna wake up wardrobe
Yeah.
man.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Like, we don't. It's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah,
It
it
doesn't
is,
matter
but
because it doesn't change the
he's
fact that she
killing him
pushed
for
him
this.
because
Yeah.
she thought she was gonna do
Yeah.
that. So even if she realizes now that he wasn't going to
This is
do
just
that,
a rub it in her face. It's like, oh, he
like, it
wasn't
really
actually
doesn't
gonna kill
matter.
him.
Well,
This is just a
I'm not
rub it in her
Kazuma, so I
face.
can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. I was going to pull the cord. It would, like, let's just make her feel even worse. She's already feeling like shit. She's
Yeah,
15
let's do
years
that
old.
too. Why
She
not?
killed a
She killed
man.
our best friend.
Like, and now we're like,
Let her feel like
actually,
shit.
you killed a man that was actually not like. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like,
Deserves to feel like shit.
like, okay, like, what? What did you say?
He killed our best friend.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it doesn't, like, there's no need to make her feel even worse than that. She's already regretting
why
killing a
not?
man, like, in her eyes was self-defense, like, to not be, you know, sent
Yeah,
back
yeah.
from where she escaped. Like, if we tell her, actually, you misunderstood this man, so you killed an innocent man, and, like, you're awful, but, like, it doesn't matter. She's already feeling like shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. We could have just said it to between ourselves, be like, oh, he was about to talk to me. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, she gets to know the truth.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo,
She killed a man
the
for
day's
no
work
reason.
is not yet done. It seems there is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about? Oh my god. Me. He was about to talk to me. Can we determine whither? Okay, the young man's gaze was directed. Where? To where? I don't know. First, consider victim's location within this cabin. That's easy, I remember every detail of our room. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I don't care, like, are you ready then? Yes! Yes. How do we know which gate? How do we know that he was standing there?
They spelled gaze wrong. I think they meant to say G-A-Y.
How do we know?
Take that!
Yeah, we just say it. I think it...
Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however. What is it directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly,
It's like, look,
what
I'll
was
keep
inside the
closing it. I got a
wardrobe?
secret too.
The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Usogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion. Yes, but not from a member of the crew. It doesn't matter now. Like, it... Mr. Usogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. It pisses me off, like, it literally doesn't matter. Urgh! To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Like, what could have mattered is telling her, look, you could have just asked him what he was about to do instead of panicking. Right? Instead of being like, well, think back now, do you really think he would have been like, hello, Kato. Oh, she's just a baby.
It's like, no, we gotta make her feel bad because she killed our best
Yeah.
friend.
Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. Well, it's like, well, no shit! But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Usogi was looking. Yeah, this is only what you should have said. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change.
For the worm?
I hope you'll never forget that. Ba 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 ba. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done? Oh. You
What
just
a-
wanted to
that's
be
what you did.
free. And so at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. John John John.
And so was Kazuma.
Hmm. Nice Henry. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland. Police at Scotland Yard. Jesus Christ! What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that. He is the king. Turns out. I don't know. No, there's supposed to be Queen
Turns out he
Victoria
works in
now.
immigration.
Queen Victoria is supposed to be there right now. Right?
Yeah, okay.
1800s.
Mhm.
So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. Okay. I see.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
North Korea rules, I guess.
Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to have our angel,
Aw,
no
this
matter
poor
what.
guy.
Yeah, but I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death is like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Aww, I don't want to go back to Japan. Can't Sholmes do something for us too? We can hide in the fucking trunk again. Looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun then. To think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together.
It's sad we don't get to keep it.
What?
What happened to Kazuma's sword too? It's not here. It's so sad we don't get to keep it.
I don't know. To think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh, there she has it.
Oh, she has it. Okay.
Susato-san? Exclamation point.
It's my
Naruto-san,
boyfriend's
I didn't know
sword.
you had returned. I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosenaier just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Aww. I still can't believe this happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Sato-san, I'm gonna cry. Aww. Her eyes, they were watering. He has such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain, so many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. Okay, so we still don't know the favor and the weird task that he had besides studying. And now he accidentally kind of died. So how is that gonna be affected? I wonder.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he's actually going to be back at some point. Because, like, there was all of that underlying thing Can't just be over and shit. I wonder if please, Sholmes, make us go to Britain now. Thank you. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector,
It was Kazuma that said that.
my duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody
Could
blames
bring
you,
Kazuma
Inspector.
back to life, Inspector?
And I'm free again now, at least. Huh? Sholmes. Sholmes, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, is it because we're stowaways? Oh my god, you're crazy. Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You're a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny? He's so stupid. And smart. Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences? The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway.
I mean, everyone was here for that guy, so...
Yeah. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Oh, there was no name there. There's no name there. That means me and Susato. There's no name. It doesn't say it has to be Asogi and Susato. It's just a lawyer and
Just a lawyer and an
assistant.
assistant.
Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know?
Just raise him from the dead.
All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue,
yeah.
surely. Exclamation point. But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Mrs. Sato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? Ah! But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I... Self-taught law. Yes, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruhodo. That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mrs. Sato? Never seen her smile so far. I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled I don't know, whatever, Inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, 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 it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Why are you flirting with him? Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No? Exclamation point. And you witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Damn. The only one speaking sense is the one that was making no sense. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. Whee! If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next, and how to best make my report. Yeah. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you.
It sucks.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take the charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword. Karma. I wonder what it actually means, but it sounds like karma. Like, just hit people with that. Let karma hit them. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Mrs. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. Okay, whatever. Words. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. What's in your book now? And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. God. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But, before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask you of you two. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground.
Yes, thank
3
you.
times. Oh, payback.
Gladly.
What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from the inside. No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times. That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruto. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Schultz. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess, I was most impressed. Are you going to throw me? When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling? Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves you your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling? Beguiling, okay. Beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative art myself. I'm so accomplished boxer. Oh my god, I love this animation for him.
Your form is silly.
There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arrest. Oh
my god, they're going to sample it out on you and now you're going to be...
Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, of course.
It's time for us to get thrown to the floor.
There we go. 6th time. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? Hiya! As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. That is what Taro said. Actually, no, that was a Susato squash. God, that's so funny.
It is.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a steady tour is more than just a little irregular. Yeah, surely, whatever. Yes, words. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Yunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Okay. So, what does your sword have, then? Is it something, a clue for this mission you had? Karma guides me. Karma guides me. So, names compels its will to slice evil in two? Not that you wouldn't need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course, I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Hiya! He throws me in. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. We did it! Oh my god, we did it! And now it's time for me to actually call this place again. Woo! Crash course candidate awarded. Yes! Oops. Let's go. Yes, turn to the title screen. Day after tomorrow, we will start this 3rd chapter. Oh my god. I really have to go, so I'm just gonna wrap it up now. Like this. Hi, bye.
What's tomorrow then?
Tomorrow start you.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah. Bye.
Nice. But the
Bye.
cat was so cute.
Yeah. Bye.